right, good morning and welcome to Corporate Governance Platform, brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. I am Funmi Omoburiwo. Today on the program, we're going to be looking at the role of regulators in entrenchment of good corporate governance. My guest this morning is Mr. ABUBAKAR RASAQ, ACIS. Is a member of the Governance Practitioners Committee. Is also a principal officer in the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria. Good morning, Mr. RASAQ. Good morning, Mr. RASAQ.
Good morning. Thank you. Great pleasure.
All right, thank you for joining us on the program. Also with me in the studio, I have Mr. Kayode Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. Good morning, Mr. Ketefe.
Good morning, Funmi. Good morning to you, our guest, Mr. RASAQ, and all our listeners. Good morning to you all.
All right, so we're going to take this message, and of course, we'll be right back.
The world is constantly evolving into a knowledge-based economy where skills and competencies constitutes the lifeblood of public and corporate governance. You therefore need to empower yourself to fit into this new world by gaining basic knowledge and improving your skill set in the governance-focused disciplines. That is why every aspiring as well as practicing professional in governance field needs ICSAN.
ICSAN. What is ICSAN?
ICSAN is a leading statutorily established professional body dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. ICSAN members are trained as chartered secretaries and administrators.
Who are chartered secretaries and administrators?
Chartered secretaries are high-ranking governance professionals with a broad base of skills, unique amongst other professions. They are trained in law, finance, accounting, administration, strategy development, and corporate governance. In today's world, chartered secretaries and administrators discharge a wide range of duties and responsibilities, including functioning as chairmen of companies, executive directors, non-executive directors, company secretaries, risk managers, compliance managers, board evaluators, and corporate governance evaluators.
That is interesting. How then do I become a chartered secretary and administrator?
Good. Go to the Institute's website, www.icsan.org. You can also visit the National Secretariat of ICSAN at Plot 6, Elephant Cement Way, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, to get full information on how to become members. ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.
All right, so corporate governance platform right here. And like I said earlier, we're looking at role of regulators in entrenchment of good corporate governance. And of course, Mr. ABUBAKAR RASAQ is our guest on the program this morning. All right, at this point, okay, let's, Mr. Ketefe, maybe you just, okay, I think I have Mr. ABUBAKAR back. All right, Mr. ABUBAKAR RASAQ, of course, they're talking about role of regulators in entrenchment of good corporate governance. Who are the regulators in this context?
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure joining this morning. Regulators are those statutory authorities who uphold the high standard of sound corporate governance and have the responsibility to promote the compliance. And within that responsibility, they have right to sanction those who violate and cause infraction to the system. And in this connection, we are talking about the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, who has the statutory power by virtue of the FRC Act 2011 to regulate corporate governance and financial reporting in Nigeria. And by virtue of Section 73 of the same Act, the Council has already gone ahead to come up with the Nigerian Code of Corporate Governance 2018, NCG 2018, which upholds the high standard of best practice in businesses. And of course, we have other primary regulators who also have their own sectoral codes in the industry-based sectoral code, and they regulate corporate governance as well. We have the Central Bank of Nigeria Code of Corporate Governance, which regulates banks and discount houses. Also, we have Code of Corporate Governance for public companies in Nigeria by the Security and Exchange Commission. Also, in NICOM has insurance industry-based corporate governance. And for licensed pension funds operation, National Pension Commission has a code of corporate governance. And of course, we have the Corporate Affairs Commission with the Omnibus Command 2020, which regulates the registration of companies and see them through incorporation and liquidation and winding up.
All right. The Securities and Exchange Commission as well?
Of course.
Now, why do you yes? Now, why do you think monitoring of compliance by regulators is desirable?
It's desirable because without control and compliance, then the regulation will not have any headway. And we all know that we agree with me that the corporate governance is the key driver of corporate accountability and business prosperity. And sound corporate governance is financial for investor confidence, which is also a gateway for foreign direct investment, foreign portfolio investment, which can result in the positive macroeconomic indices, such as employment rate, favorable exchange rate, and the rest. So if these are done, then the nation can expect the reward of corporate governance in terms of the business prosperity. And that's where the compliance and the regulation is very desirable.
Now, do you think COVID-19 pandemic has in any way expanded the scope of responsibilities of the regulators?
Actually, the COVID-19 pandemic has brought about business disruption. It has redefined the nature of work with home working and with all the attendant negative effects on companies. The responsive regulator will try to be alive to the stress of this, so that to cushion the effect for the operators. For example, Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria in 2020 has the guidelines for COVID-19 reporting system, which assists companies in terms of measurement, recognition, and disclosure of financial reporting. And they also have asked companies to report in their financial reporting the impact assessment of COVID-19. All this is done in the key to empathize the company to assist them come out of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Now, apart from regulators, what monitoring roles can other stakeholders perform?
Yes, thank you very much for that question. Of course, there are other stakeholders in the game of corporate governance that also play a vital role alongside the regulators. We have the company secretaries, which plays an important role in supporting the effectiveness of the board. And you agree with me that the effective board and performance of the company, they are two sides of the same coin. When the board is effective, it radiates into the performance of the company. So company secretary plays a vital role. Other professionals, such as Secretary Secretary, are also render some professional activities in the line of corporate governance. For example, Principle 14 of Nigerian Code of Corporate Governance and Principle 15 talk about board evaluation and corporate governance evaluation. And these are one of the key points of child secretaries to provide for board, so that when you measure the board, how they are performing, it enhances their performance. Institutional investors too, they are stakeholders, in that they can monitor their investment and they see that the investment, their company, their investment is being run according to plan. We also have Principle 19 of NCCR, which is about effective whistleblowing framework, which the company are encouraged to institutionalize in their company for reporting any illegal and unethical behavior, so that when company is not going the way, you have the leeway to report it. These are some of the areas that non-regulators can play a vital role.
All right, let's talk about roles that institutional investors have to play in ensuring compliance with corporate governance.
Yes, institutional investors, they have to protect their investment by engaging the board, who is the brain box of the organization, to ensure that the company is being run according to the rules. After all, what is corporate governance? Is how the company are governed and controlled. So the institutional investors are encouraged and are supposed to monitor their investment through close monitoring of the performance. And also, like I said, Principle 19 of the Corporate Governance Code, we talk about effective whistleblowing, where their investment is not around the way, they have the leeway to report that through the whistleblowing process.
All right. And how would you rate Nigerian regulators in comparison with regulators in advanced countries in terms of efficiency?
Okay, I will rate Nigeria very high in terms of efficiency compared to other advanced countries. And you agree with me that Nigeria is one of the most advanced, having financial countries with advanced payment system. And when you compare some empirical evidences and some research work in the area of corporate governance, you agree with me when it is regressed against financial performance or either time value or investment. There are statistically positive results, meaning that corporate governance supports financial performance of companies. Corporate governance also supports the time value and it boosts investment. So when you look at it from this angle of empirical evidence, you agree with me that corporate governance is a good thing to happen to any business community.
Do you have any advice for companies and organizations concerning their relationship with regulators?
Yes, what I would advise is that operators should see regulation as a blessing rather than see it as a burden. When you are being regulated, you want the environment to uphold the best practice and high standards, which will create healthy competition for business prosperity. So operators do not see regulation as a burden, rather they see it as a blessing, because the road should not be made open to everybody, and those who are only can run the race to be the one to be the race runner. Again, I would advise the operators to communicate and engage the regulators if they have any issues. They should not try to cut corners. They should engage issues. They should engage and communicate so that the regulator can be empathize with them. Where they are trying to cut corners, and that's where that's the issue.
All right. Thank you so much.
See regulation as a blessing and communicate and engage regulators.
Thank you, Mr. ABUBAKAR RASAQ, ACIS.
Thank you very much.
Member, Governors Practitioners Committee, and also Principal Officer with Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria. It's wonderful having you on Corporate Governance Platform this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right. Mr. Ketefe, now, how would you describe the relationship between ICSAN and the regulatory agencies in Nigeria?
Thank you very much for that question for me. Let me start by saying that ICSAN has excellent relationship with all the regulatory agencies, including the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, FRC, Central Bank of Nigeria, Security and Exchange Commission, among others. The institute relationship with them may best be described as symbiotic, as it's mutually beneficial. You know, ICSAN is a leading voice on corporate governance, and all the regulatory agencies also strive to uphold the tenets and principle of corporate governance among the operators in their respective sectors. Thus, we may say that the convergent point of interest between ICSAN and these regulatory agencies is the mutual preoccupation with the desire to entrench sound governance principle in the system. So it's also heartwarming to know that many of these regulatory agencies, they do reach out to ICSAN to seek the institute's views on a number of issues, including when a new bill is being proposed or when a new policy is being made. They normally reach out to ICSAN to get our views. And of course, the institute has always been making contributions in all such instances. Let me also add that in most of the communiques issued at the end of ICSAN annual conferences and other major events, there are usually specific recommendations that are targeted at the regulatory agencies with a view to strengthen the system and promote national growth and development. Apart from these recommendations in the communique, as I've said, the institute also issues periodic papers which also contain recommendations for all the stakeholders, both in private sector and public sector. And our regulatory agencies have always been finding such recommendations very, very useful.
Right.
So our relationship is very cordial.
All right, great. Do we have any announcements? Let's quickly take that before we go.
Okay, we have a brief announcement. The announcement we have for you is on a workshop on digital marketing that is coming up in the ICSAN Federal Training Series. The Institute of Charter Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN, is pleased to invite you to a one-day capacity building workshop on digital marketing. The theme of this workshop is Digital Marketing, the way to the market today. Digital Marketing, the way to the market today. And it is coming up on Tuesday, 29th of March, 2022. Time is 10 a.m. prompt. The workshop is going to be held by virtual method, which means that you can just join from wherever you are in any part of the world. The participation fee is as follows. Member, 35,000 naira. Non-member, 40,000 naira. The link to register and pay for this event is now available on the Institute's website, as well as all our other social media platforms. For further details on this workshop, please call Mike on 080-2311-7969. Call Mike on 080-2311-7969. Thank you for listening and have a pleasant day.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kayode Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. That's our bit this morning on Corporate Governance Platform, brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. We'll return again next week, Wednesday, 10:15 a.m. I am Funmi Omoburiwo. Enjoy the rest of the day.